There's always seems to be more out there. You know, I mean, a guy spends 8 months working on a story, and I can tell you that's a long time. You're trying to convince one person and then another person, and you have the third who will do it if the first two do.
Right.
But there are plenty, potentially, who won't at all.
Well, tell me
more
about that, because that's
fear intimidation.
Right.
I don't know, but I think we have seen in these kinds of cases that just because you can cite 6 people on the record doesn't mean that there aren't many more. And so we'll see. But you know, I think the challenge for Mr. Moonves to a certain extent will be, can he continue in that role or convince the board that he is best served and they are best served continuing in that role while they investigate? And what will that investigation turn up? Or is he better off, perhaps? And these are all decisions that are, you know, right now in real time, I'm sure going through a lot of people's minds and a lot of subject to a lot of conversations. Are you better off saying, okay, let's figure something out here for my best interests and those of the company? And I will tell you, of course, this board has heard time and again over this weekend, I can assure you, you need to do what is in the best interest of the company and yourself as a board member, and not necessarily what's in the best interest of Mr. Moonves. We'll see where that takes us.
Well, look, David, this is the most radioactive topic there is right now in business, and I think most people would say, yes, go today.
Has to go today.
Has to go today.
Yeah.
This is a different time.
Even though the allegations, many of them are many years old, and some people, you know, I was having a conversation.
He admitted in. Yeah. I mean, look, there's a statute of limitations for a crime. There's no statute of limitations on sexual misconduct anymore. So the fact is he did not say this has never happened. He said, yeah, it happened, but, you know, it was a long time ago. And that was a very candid statement. And candor in this particular topic is radioactive.
Yeah, they went with the defense being, listen, I did make advances, but I always knew when no was no. I always respected
consensual.
that.
Consensual. What has consensual done to people?
But I continue to wonder whether, in fact, again, whether there are more out there that may come to the fore. By the way, he's also received internal support from certain women who've come out publicly and supported him. No doubt about his talent as an executive. That goes unquestioned. In terms of what Mr. Moonves has been able to accomplish there. But of course, we have spent, or I've certainly spent the last 9 months, or maybe less than that, but feels like it, talking about the growing antipathy between him and his controlling shareholder, ending in that extraordinary lawsuit that the CBS Board of Directors filed to basically strip her of her control position that is still scheduled for court in Delaware in October.
I think a lot of us feel it. Look, I absolutely love Les. When I worked for Les, I thought he was the greatest, fabulous boss. He was terrific to me. I find this incredibly sad. My wife's on the board of Bucknell. Bucknell is distancing themselves after having him be the commencement speaker not that long ago. You see, here's the problem, David. The fact that you have some guy saying he's the greatest guy in the world is irrelevant. It's irrelevant because of the time. Who cares that I think he's the greatest guy? I mean, I always tell people, there was nobody. I mean, Les was terrific.
Right.
Les was terrific to everybody that I know. And I think that one of the problems, because I was trying to get him to be able to help Bucknell, one of the problems is the shock. He's the greatest.
Yeah.
He is the greatest.
Although, frankly, not shocked to that many people, because these rumors have swirled around for a very long period of time.
Well, then
I must say it was many, many, many years ago I first heard about, you know, rumors of behavior to a certain extent. So, you know, we'll see. But it was Mr. Farrow who obviously spent a lot of time and effort reporting on this.